Hello, everyone. Hello, 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 hello. Okay. Um, you know what? Let me move this. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to go live. Let's see. Okay. I'm trying to go live here on. Hold on. Bear with me here. I'm sorry, y'all. There we go. Trying to go live here on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook all at the same time. Okay, so I am not a professional at going live on multiple platforms all at one time. And I have all these different stands, and all my stands have different angles and whatnot and whatnot. So y'all at on Facebook are looking at me at an angle that you don't normally see me at. But bear with me, get the message. Don't mind the the environment in which it's being given to you in today. Okay. But here's the problem. When I go live on only one platform, people complain because I know people are set on their platforms they like to receive things on. I know I am. I have platforms that are my favorites, and so I understand. So I'm trying to go live on more platforms at once now so that everybody can receive the same message, because my message don't hit the same when I give all of it to Facebook, and then I got to redo it for this one and redo it for that one. So I'm trying to give everybody the same messages every day, and just use the platforms that they like and enjoy. Okay, so I'm noticing here, if y'all are seeing me on YouTube, I don't know why the quality is so bad. Well, it's not bad, but I don't know. It looks like my color's a little off. But anyway, all right. Today we are going to talk about how are you thinking? How are you thinking? Okay. And if it seems like I am really, y'all can catch my past messages all on Facebook. I'm at the same name on all platforms, Texan Tish Tillis. You can check me out on Facebook. That's where most of my messages are. Okay. You can check me out on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, all at the same handle. I'm working on updating all of my social media pages before September, so that September 1st, everybody will be updated and everybody will have the same information and messages and everything else available to them. But anyway, uh, if you had checked out my past messages on Facebook, you would notice that right now I kind of have a central theme. And I feel like the Lord is giving me this kind of a central theme, couple topics, but a central theme. They all go together. And the Lord has been giving me this over and over again, placing it on heavy on my heart over and over again. Um, and I really believe the reason for that is because there's some things that we need to do. This is 2022. How many months are we away? It is almost September. We are almost done with this year. Okay, this year has flown by. We are almost done with this year. And a lot of you out there have the same goals that you set in January. You have not accomplished them, and we are almost in September. So I have some things that I want to discuss with you for a couple of reasons. Number one, I want to see women elevate. That is what I have a lot of things going on. I have a lot of businesses, but my goal and what I'm about is elevating women and families. Okay? So I want to see women and families elevate and do better and move differently. Okay? Move differently. And so I have some very important opportunities, money making opportunities for you all that are coming up in the next couple weeks. But what we need to do is we need to get our mindset right. Okay, because it doesn't matter what kind of opportunity is offered to you if your mind isn't right. If your mind isn't right. Let me tell you, I've said it before. If your mind isn't right, it doesn't matter how much money somebody gives you. It doesn't matter what kind of opportunity somebody offers you. None of that matters if your mind isn't right. Okay. This is why, very good example I like to use, why people will win the lotto. They will win after taxes, $17 million after taxes. You think $17 million? Wow, I could do this with that with that. They're broke within 12 months. 12 months. Somebody handed them $17 million. Now, if you hand somebody with the proper mindset, $17 million. You hand somebody with the proper mindset, $17 million, they're going to do a whole lot of things with that. They're going to flip that money. They're going to invest that money. They're going to know how to move with that money. They're going to know to set up a trust for that money. They're going to do all kinds of stuff with that money. You hand somebody with the wrong mindset $17 million, they're going to buy a house that they can't afford the taxes on and they can't afford the upkeep on. They'll buy a whole bunch of cars, which as soon as you drive them off the lot, the car depreciates. Okay? They're going to buy a whole lot of jewelry. Go spend a whole lot of money on champagne, clubs, lap dances, whatnot. They're going to be broke in 12 months. Have nothing to show for it. $17 million. They knew how to save a little bit of money when it was just their minimum wage job. $17 million is gone like that. So this is the importance of mindset. Mindset is everything. If you think that you are going to be handed an opportunity, and this is why I haven't even, because some people are like, Tish, why haven't you brought up what this money-making opportunity is? I'm not bringing it up until I do enough messages on mindset so that when it is brought up, people are ready. They're ready. Their mind is right. They're ready for the opportunity. They're ready not to let it slip through their fingers. Because here's the deal. We are staring into 2023, and a lot of you are in the same place you were in 2019. Nothing's changed but the date. Nothing's changed but the date. Your hair may be a little different. You might be a little fatter. Nothing else has changed but the date. Because you don't do the most with the time that you were given. You don't know how to make the most out of the time that you are given. You don't know how to make the most out of opportunities that you are given. You are still in a certain mindset that is holding you back. So there's no need to give an opportunity to somebody who's not going to know what to do with it. Okay? Not going to know what to do with it. So let's talk about how we think. How are we thinking? How are we thinking? Have you accomplished any of your goals that you set in the beginning of the year? Do you realize that it doesn't take till the new year to become a new person? There's nothing, there are no rules. We are free people. There are no rules on us. There's no rule that says if you messed up January. I used to think this, and this is why I'm bringing it up, because I honestly used to think like this. I used to set my goals in January, and if February came and I hadn't started working on my goals, or my goals had not been accomplished, I scrapped them and I would say, well, I guess I have to wait till the next year. This is how I personally wasted years, because I honestly believed in my mind that you had to wait for a new year if you didn't get your goals accomplished by a certain time at the new year. If I made the list and I didn't work the list, or something happened and it didn't get done, scrap it till next year. You can set new goals for yourself every week. Every week, give yourself 7 days. Every 7 days, you can set new goals. Now, this is what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying you should set brand new goals, because then obviously you're not going to accomplish anything, right? If you're saying this week, I want to be a parasailer. Next week, I want to be a rider. The week after, I want to be a race car driver. No, you're not going to get anything accomplished because your mind is scattered and you're trying to accomplish. Pick one thing, okay? I want you to write down a list. First off, Do you have goals? This is the first question. Do you have goals for yourself? And the reason I ask that is not to be funny or mean, but there are a lot of you out there that are working a 9 to 5 job. You're working a 9 to 5 job, or, you know, 8 to 6 job, or whatever, 8 to 4 job, whatever. You're working a job and it's all you can do to get your kids up and dressed in the morning, drop them off at daycare, get yourself to work your shift, figure out what you're going to eat for dinner, get your kids ready for bed, do a little cleaning around your house, and then have a little private time, veg out in front of the TV every day. And this is a cycle, and you do it every day. And because you're in survival mode, that's survival mode, friends. Because you're in survival mode, you don't have time to think about goals, dreams, aspirations. You're just trying to see if you can get a hair appointment on Saturday, get a pedicure maybe on Sunday, go to church. You do, that's all. That's as far as you're dreaming. That's your big dreams. So what we have to identify is, number one, how did we end up where we are? Okay. Because a lot of people don't examine this part of their lives. How did I end up where I am? And therefore, that's why you see women that have 4 baby daddies. Number one, they're attracting the same type of man. They're attracting the same type of man because they are a certain type of person. Okay? That's one thing. What kind of things are you attracting? What kind of people are you bringing into your life? What kind of situations are you bringing into your life? Why are you at a job that you don't like? You attracted that job. You attracted that job. Why are you at a job you don't like? Why is your life set up in a manner you don't like? Do you remember when we were children and we would get so excited about being an adult? And then we became adults, and a lot of us forgot our hopes and our dreams and our goals and our thinking big. We stopped thinking big and we started thinking small. And you look up 5, 10 years later and you're in a job you don't like. You're confined and strapped down to this job, so you can't live the way you want to. You're sitting there trying to figure out if you can spend your hard-earned money on Starbucks this week. Do I have Starbucks money? Can I pay the car note? Is the no-count Negro I had a baby with going to pay me child support this month? You're living a little life. You're living a little life and you have small concerns because your mind is not thinking in abundance. You're not thinking in abundance. You're not thinking about, how did I get here? What am I doing? Why have I stayed here? Why have I been at the same job making the same money for 5 years? Why am I struggling? See, the thing that can happen is once you start struggling, a lot of times your mind can get into a mindset of struggle. And then that's what you think about. So what you think about is what happens to you. If you're thinking about struggling and I'm struggling and you're saying it to yourself, even if you're unconsciously saying it to yourself, I'm struggling, I'm struggling, I'm struggling. What do you think you're programming your mind to do? You're programming your mind to struggle. If you have a man who's no good, okay, you have a man who's no good, has no business being with you. This man is no good. And you're constantly thinking negative about this man that you have that's no good, and he doesn't do that, and he doesn't do this. What you think you're going to attract when you get rid of that man? You're going to attract a man just like him. That's why many women go through relationships like this. That and lack of self-respect. Are you respecting yourself? Okay, because let me tell you about self-respect. When you respect yourself, It's very hard to work at a minimum wage job. It's very hard to struggle. You're not going to accept that for yourself. You are not going to accept living small for yourself. You know what one of the differences is between, I learned this about myself because I used to be this person. People used to come up to me with big opportunities, right? Because they saw something in me that I didn't see in myself. They used to come up to me with big opportunities. And you know what I tell them? It's a scam. This is a scam. I don't want to be involved. And then you know what would happen? I would watch them go on year after year to make all kinds of money, to be very successful. And they would come back to me and they would say, Tish, if you had just trusted and invested in yourself and in this opportunity, you would be here right now with me, alongside me. And it happened time after time after time. And you know what? I realized that it wasn't that what people were doing was a scam. It was that I was afraid. I was afraid. I thought small, therefore I had small. Does that make sense? I thought small, therefore I had small. That's what I was attracting. My fear was driving successful people away. It was driving opportunities away because I was fearful all the time. Well, what if I lose this? What if you lose? What if you lose? Life is change. Money comes and money will go, and you can always make more money, but you can't always get that opportunity back. That money making opportunity that you passed up, that you thought was a scam, that you thought you couldn't afford it, but yet you can get your hair done and your nails done and your toes done, and you can buy that designer purse, and you can drive around in that BMW when you live in a 1-bedroom apartment. Okay? You have the money. You have the money. You're drinking Starbucks every morning. You're saying, I need this. I deserve this in order to go and face my day. That's a poor man's mindset. That's a poor man's mindset. Get you the ingredients. Make your Starbucks at home. Put it in a cup. Take it to work with you every day. Save the $5 every day from getting Starbucks. And invest that extra money into yourself. That's another thing. Poor man mindset. When you see someone who isn't changing, who isn't moving forward, you can be guaranteed that they're not investing in themselves. They're not investing in themselves. When somebody says, read these books, when somebody says, attend this mastermind, when somebody says, I have a coach, you need a coach to help get you to where you want to be. And they hear the price tag of those things, join this community. They hear the price tag of those things and they say, no way, I can't afford that. But like I said, you can afford to eat out all the time. You can afford that Starbucks. You can afford that BMW, right? You can afford those nails and that hair and those toes. Yeah, baby, you can afford it. But what is important to you? What do you invest your money into? See, when I thought small, I invested my money into things like, fast food and, oh gosh, all kinds of things that I have nothing to show for. When you go out and you eat fast food, you spend your money on fast food, what do you have to show for a day later? Well, I'll tell you, not a thing. You don't have a thing to show for it a day later. It's in your belly and you've already sat in the toilet and pooped it out. It's gone. When you invest in that Starbucks, you're making the owner of Starbucks wealthy. You're investing in his family. You're not investing in your own. Okay? Does that make sense? You're investing in his family. You're making his family richer by having $5 coffee. every day, but you're not investing in your own family. So we have to think about what you feel is important is where your focus and your money will go. Okay? What you feel is important is where your focus and your money will go. It's going into your hair and your nails and all this other stuff because that's where you feel focus and importance. Go buy some of those press-on nails at CVS. They're like $5.99, $7.99 a box. It's already designed. Press those on your nails and keep it moving. Do you know it's like I don't know what it is all over the country, but I know it's like $50 to get a full set or more. Okay, fill can cost you $25. Get the press-on nails. When you become serious about yourself, when you become serious about your goals and your dreams and investing in yourself, you're going to find a way to get that money for that mastermind or that mentor or that community or whatever it is, because that's how desperate you are to be successful. That's how desperate you are to make good choices for yourself and to make that money. Okay? Y'all don't even want to see my bank account, how much I spend on myself every month, because I believe in myself and I am successful and I want to continue being successful. So I belong to communities. I got a mentor. I take classes. I work on my skills because working on my skills makes me more marketable. I invest heavily in myself. But before, if you were to look at my bank account, you'd see Starbucks, fast food, fast food, fast food, Starbucks, nail salon, uh, mainly food. I'm a foodie. I go out and eat all the time. You know what I do now? I cook. I could go out and eat, and I do go out and eat. But I also cook more because the food out there nowadays, people, is nasty. Has too many chemicals. You don't know how people prepare it. I have a sensitive stomach. I rather cook at home. I know what I'm eating. It's going to taste good because I cooked it. So I really tend to cook at home now more. But point being is, where your money goes will show what you feel is important. If you look at my bank account, you see that I put a high value on myself and investing in myself and making sure I have the opportunity to meet the right people and have the right connections, engage in collaborations. Okay? That's what I'm about. That's who I am right now. That's the season I'm in. Because I understand that things are happening in the world. If you are paying attention to all the things that are happening right now in the world, you understand some stuff is about to go down. Time to play is over. You better be concerned with making as much money as you can, as fast as you can for your family. Because some stuff is about to go down in this country and all over the world. Don't be caught unaware. Don't be under a rock and not know what's going on around and in this world. You have an opportunity right now, a short opportunity right now to make this money, to get as many income streams coming in as you possibly can before things hit the fan. Don't sleep on this. But the more important question is your mindset right? Are you going to be the man who won $17 million after taxes and was broke 12 months later? Or are you going to be the one who won $17 million after taxes and flipped that money because you knew how to invest? You knew where to put your money. You knew how to make your money work for you. You knew how to set up a trust. You know how to do all these things. Which kind of man are you going to be, or woman are you going to be? What is your mindset? Do you love yourself? This is a simple question. Do you love yourself? Because a lot of times We as people, believe it or not, we don't do it consciously. We do it all the time. We will self-sabotage. Because let me tell you, if you're not successful, the only person who's responsible for you not being successful is yourself. That's some real grown-up talk. When you're immature, you blame people. You blame situations. I used to be that person. I used to be that person. I couldn't do this because of that person. Oh, I couldn't do that because this person did that to me. Everything, when you're immature, when you're in a small mindset, everything is somebody else's problem, right? You couldn't produce, you couldn't put out, you couldn't have integrity, you couldn't tell the truth, you couldn't show up and finish the job. It's all somebody else's fault. It's just an unfortunate set of circumstances that transpired where you couldn't be great. People came into formation and alignment to make sure you couldn't be great. When we become adults, when we handle our business, when we are successful, we don't think that way. That's not an option. That's not an option. We think, despite this or despite that, I overcame. That's what successful people do. That's how successful people think. They're not victims. They don't have the victim mentality. Oh, everything's horrible. Oh, Biden's in office, so I couldn't this or that. No, that's not how winners win, baby. That's what they do. They win. Make excuses. So I want to ask you, what kind of mindset do you have? How are you thinking? What kind of people do you have around you in your circle? If you have small thinking people in your circle, you are never going to be able to think big. You talk to them about what you're doing, they go look at you like you have, what do you mean you spent all this money on a cuff to hear somebody speak? Yes, because they're somewhere where I'm not, and they can teach me how to get to where they are. So I'm going to pay for their time because they have experiences and knowledge, failures and successes that I don't personally have under my belt. So yes, I need to be taught by them. I want to learn from them. But a small-minded person can't understand that. They can't get past the price tag to get into the door to the mastermind. They can't get past that. You're paying for access to someone who knows more, has done more, and done it successfully than you have. Don't reinvent the wheel. Pay your money and find out how to do it right from people who have been successful. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? So you have to think about, what is your mindset? Who are the people you're around? If you're around people, we talked about this last night, if you're around people with petty thoughts, you have friends with petty thoughts, they want to gossip about people all day, they want to watch 5,000 TV shows, they want to scroll on their phone all day. Oh, why aren't you successful? Because the hours you could be working on your business, you're playing on your phone and looking at 1,001 pictures of people, being jealous of other people and where they are on vacation, looking good, hydrated, moisturized. You're at home waiting to go to a job that you hate the next day with a man you can't stand. Got a boyfriend you can't stand. What kind of people are you around? Let me tell you, when you want to become successful, you're going to have to surround yourself with successful people, people who are more successful than you. If they're not more successful than you, how can you learn from them? Everybody in your environment should serve a purpose. And I know that sounds kind of harsh, but everybody in your environment should serve a purpose. What is their purpose? What are they doing for you to help make you a better person? It's reciprocal as well. You should be doing something for them to make them a better person. But some of you are hanging out with people who don't have good character, who tell lies, who are not dependable, who are not around when they should be, who don't come through for you. And these are the people that you are closest to. Whatever their mindset is, that's going to be your mindset. Just is. And lastly, do you respect yourself? When you respect yourself, there was a time when I didn't respect myself. There was a long time when I didn't have a whole lot of self-respect for myself. And so I let all kinds of things go on around me that I wasn't necessarily okay with, but I didn't respect myself enough to say, hey, you're not going to speak to me that way. Hey, you're not going to get up in my face. Hey, I'm not going to participate in this gossip, because if you're gossiping about her, I know you're gossiping about me to other people. I'm not going to participate in this gossip. I'm not going to hang out at the bar. I'm not going to go to the club. When you start to elevate, there are things that you don't do. You move differently. You're around a different circle. You're going places. You don't have time for people's foolishness. They no longer have the same mindset that you do. But when you hang around people that don't share the same mindset as you, are dragging you down, they don't want you to leave because they're jealous in the first place that you got a plan and that you're going somewhere and sounds like you might be successful, and then you're going to leave them down here. A lot of times people don't want you to elevate. They don't want you to do better for yourself. They don't want you to become a better version of yourself, because the version you are now makes them comfortable. They're happy with that version. They know that version. They can keep that version down. But man, let me tell you, the minute you wake up and say, you know what? I want to make this money. I want to change my family's life. You wake up, you look around, and you're like, who this? Why is this person calling me? And I'm not saying that you think you're better than somebody, but you realize when your blinders get taken off, when you have self-respect, you look around and you see things differently. You're like, I don't know what version of myself tolerated this, but this is not going to work anymore. You kick the boyfriend out your house who lays there while you go to work all day. Start there. You paying for him to drop you off in your car that you pay the note and the insurance on, so he can go around and be with other women all day and lay on the couch. When you have self-respect, that don't happen. Okay? When you have self-respect, you set goals for yourself and you don't quit this time. You're not a quitter anymore. So it is okay, and I think this is the number one thing that people need to be freed from. It is okay to reinvent yourself. It is okay to wake up on a random Tuesday and decide that is not who I am anymore. It's not who I am anymore. Let me implement changes. Let me start cutting things out of my life that don't serve me, that are not beneficial to me. Things and people. When you expect more from yourself, you expect more from the people around you. Okay? Does that make sense? When you love yourself, you're not just going to get with any old man. You're not just going to give away your cookie jar to him because he's cute or he whispered something in your ear, because you respect yourself. You know your worth. You know your value. And that's how you move, with that knowledge. You move according to knowledge. You love yourself. You start taking baths. You start lotioning. You start taking these products I'm about to tell you about in a little bit. Not today, but in a little bit. You start taking those products so your skin looks good, your colon gets emptied out, and you're healthy, you're moisturized. You start meditating, praying, you start saying affirmations. You a whole new person, and you can do that whatever day you like. And the key is not to let anybody bring you back down to where you were. Oh, now you think you're too good for us. You can't hang out with us anymore. You even talk different. This is why I don't hang out with y'all anymore. You're small-minded. You're caught up in pettiness and jealousy. I got so much bigger fish to fry, people to meet with, things to do and work on, businesses to promote. Your mindset changes. Your mindset changes. So I don't want to go too long on here, but I just want to ask you all, where is your mind? How are you thinking? The way in which you think will determine who you become. Okay? The way in which you think will determine who you will become. Let me tell you, I have 5 kids, and I love all 5 of my children very much. But I have one kid, natural born salesman. He understands principles that I didn't understand until I was 48 years old. How is that possible? He's 9. He is 9 years old. He understands principles that I did not understand until I was 48 years old. Let me tell you something about this kid. This kid is going to be the one that I put on my team. Probably about 16 years old. He's going to be on my team, and he's going to be unstoppable because he has confidence in who he is. He knows who he is. He has a very clear vision of what he is entitled to in life. A very clear vision. It's crazy. And he knows how to sell. And it doesn't faze him if he fails. Man, tell me he don't have the goods. Because you're going to fail. So you're going to be like, Tish, this new woman you told me about being, and I was excited about it. I decided I was going to join the gym and finally work out every day. I decided I was going to, take off some of my makeup and have confidence in the way I look. Whatever it is. At some point, you may fail. You may fail. But what do I always say? Fail forwards. Always fail forwards, not backwards. Okay? Always fail forwards. So, you know what? Becoming successful is a progression. And you learn things along the way. You don't start yesterday, wake up this morning, woo! I'm 20 million richer. It don't work like that. It takes time. But what I'm trying to tell you all is you need to start the process. The process needs to start. The process to becoming the person that you want to be. Okay, the process to making 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 75,000 dollars a month. That process has to start now, and that process has to start in your mind because you are the only person holding you back. You are your worst enemy. If you think small, you're going to be small. I promise you. You're going to live small, and you're going to die small. Okay? I mean, these are just facts. If you think small, you're going to live small, you're going to die small. So you have your mindset right. It's as simple as that. Without your mind being transformed, nothing you touch is going to prosper. Let me say that again. Without your mind being transformed, nothing you touch is going to prosper. So that's what you need to think about. You need to work on your mind. You need to read the books. You need to go to the seminars. You need to have a coach. You need to be part of supportive communities of people who are headed in the same direction as you. These things are very important. I have a financial community that I pay a pretty penny to belong to. I have a lot of things. I have a lot of things that I spend my money on to make me a better person and to make me more successful and to provide me with support. Okay? So you need to think about, where's my mind? Am I investing in myself? Am I playing myself too small? Or am I big? In my mind, I'm big. Am I saying my affirmations? Am I praying and meditating? Okay? Am I reading books by successful people? You need to ask yourself these things. Am I hanging around low-level people? Do I share the same goals and dreams as the people who I'm around? Okay, there's lots of questions you have to ask yourself when you are determining what your mindset is. It's just plain and simple. So when you are ready to make those steps and start taking those baby steps, it's not going to happen overnight, like I said. But when you're ready to take those steps, start taking those baby steps towards success, then you are truly ready to transform yourself. And remember what I said, it doesn't have, don't wait, please don't wait for a new year. Write up your goals, your dreams. How are you going to achieve them? What's going to change? I'm going to tell you right now, the difference is going to be you. That's what's going to change. But follow your dreams. Too many of us have given up on, and we look at other people who got into something, making good money, helping their family, or supporting their family. Okay? I just want you all to dream big and be the best versions of yourself. We owe that to ourselves. There's too many years that we can be on this earth and waste it. Just waste it. We're just taking up space. We're going through the motions. We're not happy. We're not secure. We're not confident. We're not living our best life. We're just surviving and existing. And it's time to stop surviving and existing and live a more abundant life. Okay? So, anyway, that's all I have for you for today. My blood sugar is really high, which clouds my thoughts. Right now, I'm struggling with my blood sugar right now. You know, that's another thing. Like, I'm not going to be struggling with my blood sugar in 2023. That ain't happening. That ain't happening. So, determine who are you going to be, and then you know how to show up as that person. Okay? Last piece of advice. If you say to yourself, I am a millionaire, you may not be a millionaire right now, but you better wake up every morning and say to yourself, I am a millionaire. Because guess what? You are programming your mind. Your mind's not going to accept anything less soon. You are not going to be happy with your paycheck anymore from your little small job when you wake up every morning and you say, I am a millionaire. You're not going to be happy. You're going to need change. You know what? This guy put it like this the other day on a reel I was watching. And I thought, yeah, that's like brilliant. He said, when you start to elevate, your life becomes like a tight shirt. Like if you put on a shirt from when you were 10 years old and you can't, it feels so small and so restrictive. And that's when you know you are going to the next level. Everything seems too small. What used to make you happy don't make you happy no more. The places, the people, the situations. When you elevate yourself, you look back and say, I cannot believe I used to hang out there. I cannot believe that used to be my paycheck. I can't believe fill in the blank. Okay. That's when you know you're elevating. So you have to ask yourself, are you ready? Are you ready? Or are you still being controlled by fear? Because God said fear is not of God. Are you still controlled by fear? And so you're afraid to even try because you may fail. Well, let me tell you, congratulations, you won the prize. You have failed. If you don't try, you are a guaranteed failure, right? Nobody wins anything. Nobody gets any better. Nobody elevates if they don't try. If you quit, one thing is guaranteed, you will not succeed. That is guaranteed. Congratulations. You figured that one out. If you quit, you will not succeed. That will be guaranteed. So think about what kind of person you want to show up for the rest of your life. Some of you are young, you have so many years ahead of you to kill it. And some of you are older like me. I'm 48. That's why, I have a real sense of urgency. I have a laser focus. Where my energy goes, where my time goes is toward my focus. It's all consuming because I'm 48. I don't have that many more years. I mean, none of us knows how many more years we have. I could have a week. I don't know how long I have. But my point is, if I live to the average lifespan of 72, I don't have that many more years to get everything that I want to do done and still be able to move around and enjoy it, right? I don't want to enjoy the money I made from a wheelchair. Oh, great. It took me this long to make the money and now I'm in a wheelchair. I can't get around. I can't travel. I can't enjoy it. Can't play with my kids or my grandkids if I have them by then. No, that's not who I'm trying to be. I have a laser focus. I want to take people with me. I want people to elevate with me. I want us as Black people to succeed in this country. I want us to stop fighting for peace of something and have our own somethings. I want to see mothers be able to live an abundant life with their children. Oh, your child wants to go here or there. Your child wants to go to Six Flags. You don't have to say, baby, I'm so sorry. We can't afford all 5 of us to go to Six Flags. That's way more money and eat and gas and everything else. When you're living an abundant life, you've got the money. You can work hard, but then you can also enjoy and you can do for your children. You don't have to tell them, no, we can't get pizza tonight. You don't have to tell them, no, we can't go to Six Flags because I can't afford the entry tickets. You are able to provide opportunities for yourself and for your children. Okay? So think big, dream big, and do a self-examination. Really, really examine yourself. Who are you? Where are you in your life? What are you settling for? What are your dreams and your goals? How are you going to make opportunities happen for yourself? What communities, what coaching, what communities, how are you going to put yourself in position to be a 6-figure a month earner? And then believe in yourself. Do your affirmations, believe in yourself. Because if you say something but it's hollow because you really don't believe it, then you're not going to achieve it. If I look in the mirror and I'm like, I am a millionaire. Do you think I'm going to become a millionaire just because I said the words? No, baby. I look in the mirror and I say, I am a millionaire. I am powerful. That's how I talk to myself. And my mind hears it and believes it. And I operate as such. And I limit access to certain people to me because their goals and vision do not align with mine. So I don't have time for you. I don't have time for you. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be nasty. I don't have time for you right now in this season. We can talk maybe later. Maybe you were just there for a season of my life. Maybe God put you in my life for a season in my life. That season is over now. We're going to go our separate ways. Maybe you'll catch me on lives. Maybe you'll decide you want to change your life as well. And then we can collaborate once again, but on a higher level. Okay? So think about these things. Think about, who are you? What are you doing? Where are you going? What kind of legacy are you leaving in this world? What's going to be your legacy? Have you seen those funerals that they have for people? Lord have mercy. The funerals they have for people now, where the person isn't in a coffin, they set up a club scene, and they literally will have the dead body stuffed sitting at a table at the club with the disco ball going. They've got a bottle of Hennessy in their hand. They got to have a spliff in the other hand. And what? That's your legacy? Your legacy is that you sat up drinking and getting high in somebody's club? That's your legacy. It's a lot of people's legacy. It's a lot of people's legacy. What do you want your legacy to be? That's not how I want my children to remember me. That's not how I want to remember myself. Life is short. We don't have a lot of time. And you don't want to look up and say, man, I wasted 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. Stop looking at other people's life and seeing them live an abundant life and say, gosh, I wish I could. You can have it yourself. Get up off your butt. Change the way you think. Change the way you see yourself. Love yourself. Love yourself. Take baths. Go get massages. Lotion your body. Get some sleep. Go to bed on time. Be fully rested. Take walks. Go to the gym. Work on your body and your mind. Okay? And you can do whatever it is that you set your mind to. Whatever it is that you want to do, you can do it. It is within you. It's always been within you. Like when I say the only person that's keeping you from succeeding in life is you, I mean that 100%. I mean that with everything in me. You are the only person holding yourself back. You are the only person. You're afraid of failing. You're afraid of what people are going to say about you, how they're going to talk about you, how your family's going to be like, you have got to be kidding me. Oh, she ain't never been nothing. And now she's talking about she's going to run this business and do that and everything. You have to be able to shut everyone out. You have to be able to shut everyone out because people are going to feel afraid and threatened when you step up and you are your best self. They're going to feel afraid and threatened. So they're going to talk about you. They're going to badmouth you. They're going to discourage you. And you have to be able to push past all of that. Okay? So find contentment and happiness within yourself. And don't worry about anyone else because they are not living your life. You're going to be judged at the end by yourself. You were born at the beginning by yourself. What's the story of the talents? Man said, can I have some more talents? Why? You didn't know what to do with the talents I gave you. Why would I give you more? Why do you expect to be blessed in life if you're doing the very bare minimum? You're doing the least. You're not doing much and nothing. Why do you expect to receive abundant blessings? Okay? So anyway, hope you all have a beautiful night. Thank you for tuning in. I will be live every day on Instagram. I'm going to try and be live on all three platforms, Insta, YouTube, and Facebook every day. But if I'm not live on all three, I will be live every day here on Instagram. I'm sorry, except for Saturday and Sunday. Saturday and Sunday are my personal days, so I may or may not be live on those days. Okay. But Monday through Friday, I'll be live every day on Instagram. So thank you for tuning in. I hope you got something from this. And I will see you all tomorrow. Okay. Goodbye. Have a great night. Okay. Oops. No. Here we're going to end the stream. And let me come up to y'all on Facebook. All right. Okay. Oops, I hadn't ended yet here.